Hey guys, what's up? It's Sunny Boy, and I'm bringing you guys another Destiny 2 video. This is going to be a PvP gameplay. The gameplay isn't particularly important, just showcasing some of what the builds I'm doing and how I like to play in PvP. But I actually wanted to go over the current state of PvP in Destiny 2 and kind of give my review of it. So it's not like a review like the game overall, it's just more like what I think is good, what's bad, something. It's a review, for lack of a better term. I'm going to give my opinion on, not a review of PvP, but give my opinion on it. So the state of PvP is quite interesting because it's relatively balanced in the sense that most guns are basically adequate. You can kill anybody with anything. Nothing is absolutely broken. It's not like how the Vex Mythoclast in Destiny 1 was, or a couple of like Suros was kind of broken, where like you could essentially just get absolutely outclassed. Like they're not like you would lose, you could lose by a little bit. Like, you know, they would have a sliver health, like they would have half health, sometimes more than that every time you fought them. So it was a little crazy. So this time around they balanced most of the guns, which I talked about in my Destiny 2 review, the past two previous videos. In PvP, there are always going to be some guns that are more dominant than others, which is exemplified by Uriel's Gift, which is an energy auto rifle by Omelon, which is very good. It has high caliber rounds, which is great for knocking back your targets and knocking their reticle off your character's profile so they can't land shots. Like right here, he had the first shot, land a bunch of Uriel's shots, get a couple headshots in there, and it knocks him off. And you can currently see I'm using Uriel's Gift. I got the Callus Raid shader on it, which looks very nice. Shout out to Callus, you know, you're my homie, hooking us up with that sweet, you know, sweet, good looking loot, but quality wise a little bit different. But alas, we'll get back to topic. Another gun you'll see me using, I believe, is Vigilance Wings, the exotic pulse rifle kinetic weapon. This, I think, is a bit of an underrated weapon. When it got dropped by Xur, a lot of people were using it, but I think a lot of people just dropped it because due to the recoil and the fact that it's not a easily consistent gun that can be used over and over and over. It's not like Uriel's Gift where you kind of know when you shoot it's gonna drop back down to the center due to its perk that makes the recoil more vertical. Where Vigilance Wings kind of has this, it kind of jiggles, for lack of a better term, wiggles left and right. There's, you know, horizontal movement in the reticle as you're pulling the trigger. And a lot of the people, I think, aren't used to 5 bursts, which I thought was quite interesting, and it makes it a unique gun. Not only does it look unique, but it has some very unique perks to it. Like when an ally dies, you heal up. That's pretty cool. It's kind of like paying homage to Red Death, but not as good as Red Death, where Red Death would fully re-heal you when you get a kill. So I think that might have been a little bit broken in PvP for the fact that, you know, Red Death was a very good gun, and if you could get kills, you just shoot someone, kill them, get full health, all of a sudden you're challenging someone next with full health. So I can understand. So they balanced a lot of the guns and toned down some of the supers, except I feel like they toned up the Titan Smash super, which I thought was good enough on its own, but I kind of see it, but I don't know. They toned down the Hunter super, for lack of a better term, we call it the pole dancer in a lot of the hardcore communities. The arc staff, but you know, that's a bit lackluster. Hunter's in an interesting position in PvP, where Golden Gun's still pretty solid. Arc staff, you know, the arc subclass is kind of lackluster. It's not that good. It's good at some points if you have I guess a team that's not well skilled or very well coordinated. You can kind of ambush them with it, but it's very hard. The AOE is okay. It's more for mob killing in PvE. Night Stalker is interesting. I actually use Night Stalker the most because I leverage the invisibility a lot. I also leverage the fact that you can tumble pretty easily, and smoke grenades is another thing I leverage. Plus the bow is pretty decent to shut down other guys' supers, because usually my gun skill is better than most people's, so I can rely on my gun skill, but I can't always beat a super. So I kind of use my super to knock them out of their super. It always seems that people like wreck me with their supers. So I thought I was gonna get that double piece there. You see me crouch, and it's a technique I use. So I play on the puppet, I think, button control setup. So my crouch button is my right thumbstick instead of B. So as I'm shooting people, I can crouch and duck out of their headshots, and then they have to adjust for me crouching, so they're trying to hit the headshot. So then I uncrouch, which stands my character back up. So now they're shooting at my chest instead of my head, and it kind of throws them off. And they're not anticipating that. They're anticipating me, like, you know, strafing left or right, left or right, and trying to hit the headshot. But if I throw them off a little bit, it's enough to usually get me to win. So it's just, you know, throwing strategy. It's just a different way to strafe. But, you know, I keep saying I'm going to talk about it. So another big complaint most people have is that Mida multi-tool is broken. I don't think the Mida is broken. I think it's a very good gun that is relatively easy to use. I think what's really broken, in my opinion, is more so Last Hope. The Omelon sidearm, the burst sidearm for the energy slot. That gun has a quite big hitbox. It has a lot of auto aim. I kill myself with the name. It has a lot of auto aim, which allows for lesser skilled or less coordinated players to be able to hip fire you to death, essentially for free. And then also good players are able to use it to the point that it's just absolutely ridiculous. I think it's okay in bad players' hands, but when good players have it, you can see the complete strength of it. So I think something needs to get addressed there. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. I'll talk more on topics about this and give more thoughts and opinions. But if you guys enjoyed the video, leave a like, you know, comment, subscribe. I'm gonna do more Destiny 2. So see you guys later. Have a sunny day.
We're doing this thing for the boy SunE. Actually, I should say SunE boy, the righteous panda. Let's go!